Property Protective Trust. There's three ways that you could lose your home. The first one is through care fees. The second is through if you were to remarry or your spouse was to remarry, you could lose your children could lose their inheritance. And the third is bankruptcy, where creditors can come and take your money that you've worked really hard for, that you've left to your children, for example. These are the most common ones that I've used as an example here, and it's really important that you're aware that these things can happen, that can take away your children's or your loved one's inheritance. And I'm here to talk to you today about wealth protections, wealth foundation system, and I can show you how to protect your loved ones and your assets from strangers coming in and taking your money away from you. Now, it's really important to think about these aspects because there is quite a lot of people at the moment losing their homes due to their homes being taken away because they have to sell the property. And this can include anything, in terms of assets, whether you've got a house, whether you've got a car, whether you've got cash in the bank. You've got to think about, if you were to pay for care home fees, that if you have assets of more than £23,250, then you could be at massive risk of losing your home due to pay for care fees. Unless you are severely in high need of nursing care, then there is government legislation under the C.R.A.G 2014 which can protect your property provided you've got a high level of need of nursing care. So if you have assets of 14,000 and under, then that's fine because all of your care will be covered, so you won't have to worry about that. But if you do have assets of more than 23,250, then you are at risk of that being taken to pay for care fees. And that's why I'm here today talking to you to help protect you and your loved ones from losing the inheritance which you've worked so hard for. You've worked hard for all your life to pay for a house, and you should be able to pass that on to your children. And that's why creating a trust will help protect that inheritance and any home being taken for care fees. So that's what I'm here today to talk to you about. I'm Christine Blackledge and I'm part of the Wealth Foundation system. So as I said, if you've got assets below 14,250, then that's fine. You're not in any danger of having to pay for any shortfall. Although if your assets are more than 14,000 and between £23,000, then the local authority may ask you to put some money towards the shortfall. And like I said again, more than 23,250, the potential risk is that you will have to pay for your care fees, the full cost. And this isn't a small amount that we're talking about here. Care fees are quite expensive, and the average person is in a care home from 6 to 8 years, and that mounts up at a massive amount of money when you're paying a weekly fee to a care home. There is a solution, and one of those solutions is creating a trust fund, because at the moment most people have joint tenants, so you both own 50% of the property, and if one of you was to die, the survivor would then own 100% of that property, and then that will be looked at to be assessed in terms of survivorship, having to pay for any intestacy rules, etc. So the solution is to set up a tenants in common, whereby that then puts your property into a trust fund, and 50% of each is put into that trust so that it goes to your children. So the survivorship rule doesn't apply in this particular case. I want to protect your assets because you never know, your children, or you may remarry, etc., and then that could be at risk of being uh, disinherited, whereby someone else can take the money that you've worked hard for and you didn't want it to go to that particular person. So that's where the danger lies there, and that's where, I'm here today to help talk you through the stages of how you can protect your loved ones from disinheritance, sideways disinheritance. In average, this is unbelievable. In the UK, 20 to 25,000 families in the UK are having to sell their parents' homes to pay for care fees. It's a sad situation, and you've worked so hard for this, and you don't want this to happen to you or your family. We want to help preserve your property and protect your children and your loved ones so that it goes to those that you want it to go to. I can help protect you. Contact me today for a free consultation, 1 hour with no obligation, just to explain to you more in detail about how you can protect your assets from strangers taking your money. It's so important that your loved ones are able to think about that they can actually be happy that they're going to receive the inheritance which you left for them. And like this caterpillar here, who turns into a butterfly, let me transform your family's grief when you pass away into security, whereby your assets are protected, safe in a trust for your loved ones to enjoy. And then you'll be able to see that they are enjoying what you actually wanted them to have the freedom and the protection to go on and do what it is that they would like to do with that particular money that you've left for them, not have it taken away from you. I'm here today to give you peace of mind. So just click the link below and